Jesus rubs dirt in his eyes and says, go. And tells him to walk about a half a mile from the temple to the Pool of Siloam. With mud on his eyes, going down the street. I'm sure it's probably not that safe. There was just a feast in the city. I don't know if there's feast crowds are still around, but it may be a little crowded and dangerous on the Christmas rush. It's dangerous to walk through Walmart when you can see. He met Jesus. He's got the touch of the Master on him. He's been anointed by the Lord, and he's got a place to go, and it's going to be a journey to get there. When he gets down to the water, he comes down and washes his eyes. He comes back seeing. Now, the way back to the temple is easy. Because now he knows that's what that bump was in the road. Oh, that's who that person was yelling in the street. I see, they're selling something. Everything makes sense on the way back. But God's called some people, and maybe you quit halfway to Siloam. Maybe you were sent and you didn't went. Because God was sending you. You thought, oh, God touched my life, now good things happen. And when he commissions you as a disciple, it becomes sometimes harder than it was living for the devil. Because he's asking you to give up this, and he's asking you to take this journey you've never been. And on the way there, you begin to wonder, what am I doing? Anybody been there where you're walking through the dark? You know, if you've got kids, God's called you. I mean, that might be a shock, but you don't know what 20 years will bring. But you're walking through unknown territory right now because none of us have ever raised children in a world like it is right now. That's right. But somewhere along the line, you might just holler out and say, hey, does anybody know the way here? Give me a hand. Because I want to make the destination. I want to raise kids that love Jesus. We can do this. Thank God we can do this. You might be going through a dark time where God's called you, he's equipped you, and then you don't have the finances. Or the doors close in your face, and you're saying to yourself, I just can't see my way through. God, where are you? You said I felt your presence, Sonia. I heard your voice, but where are you right now? You got to stay on the journey. Some of us, we're not going to see. When are our eyes going to be opened? When Jesus comes, when we get to see him face to face. Every one of us have a story. I'm just going to share mine, but I remember, not as a child, but as a young man, probably 16, 15 years old, I heard the voice of God that we were moving to Neosho. And every door seemed to close in our path. But I didn't need to pray about it anymore. I didn't need to ask for direction anymore. I knew. God spoke to me. We're going to Neosho. And I remember God sent my dad here, my mom here, my family, my brother and I. We came and we began to reach out to people. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, what's going on? But I know God has a plan for us. And then I grew up and moved away. And later, God spoke to me and my wife and says, move back to Neosho. And we moved to Neosho. And I knew God had a plan, but I couldn't figure it out. I left a good paying job. I left behind my tractor. It had a backhoe. Somebody sympathized with me this morning. I'm still in the dark over that one. But it didn't matter because God's got I don't know where this is going. I don't know exactly what he wants to do through me, but what I'm saying is he wants to do something through you. You've probably come to that point where you say, I don't know. I thought I heard from God, but I'm halfway across town and I don't know where Jesus is. You stay in the journey. You see, the miracle wasn't the mud. The miracle wasn't the voice of Jesus. The miracle wasn't his healing touch. The miracle was go. The miracle was in the sending. John says, by the way, the pool is named Sent. You don't get your miracle unless you follow where you're sent. You want God to show up and fulfill his plan in your life, you're going to go where he sent you.